Quick video here as I'm getting my vitamin D in Nairobi, Kenya. It is winter here and it's been cloudy and overcast and cold this last few days, so bring it on. Anyways, in my last video, I said something that got some pushback. I said, people often believe they're relocating to find freedom. Personally, I think they're relocating because they're looking for freedom. And those aren't the same things. Hear me out when I say this, because a number of you came back with the same response. Yes, it is. Finding and looking for, that's the same thing. I hear you. Let's talk about it, because it isn't just a matter of words. The distinction is real, and it changes everything about how you approach the move. So today, I want to do two things. First, explain what I actually meant. And second, show you the 3 tools we built at Relocate with Revenue to help you move from one side of that distinction to the other side. Build freedom intentionally. If you're new here, I'm RwR, keynote speaker for Relocate with Revenue. And every week we bring you another conversation about building income, protecting your freedom, and making better choices about living globally. Subscribe if that's the conversation you've been looking for, and hit the notification bell to be notified of any new uploads. Okay, that's enough vitamin D for today. Now, let me start with the first sentence. People often believe they're relocating to find freedom. When you try to find something, it implies that it already exists, that it's out there. You just have to get to it. Think about finding your keys. They're somewhere in the house. You didn't create them. You just have to locate them. And the moment you change location, the moment you move from the couch to the kitchen, you find them. Now, if you believe that freedom works the same way, that it's somewhere out there, already made, waiting to be discovered, and all you have to do is to get to the right country, that belief makes geography the solution. And when you arrive and freedom still feels out of reach, there is a realization that you chose the wrong country. So you research the next one and the next, chasing something that was never there to be found. Because freedom is not a lost item. Now, let's have a look at the second sentence where I said, I think they're relocating because they're looking for freedom. Looking for is different. Looking for something means that you know that you don't already have it yet, but you're actively in the process of building towards it. You're not waiting for a place to hand it to you. You're doing the work to create it. And geography is just one part of that work, not the whole picture. It doesn't exist yet, and you have to create it piece by piece, decision by decision. So yes, looking for freedom, the way I meant it, is an active state. You know you don't have it, at least not fully, but you're not waiting for a place to hand it to you. You're doing the work. You're building the income, building the systems, building the financial infrastructure, and geography comes last. Same word, but completely different relationship to the work. And here is why it matters in practice. If you believe that freedom is something you'll find, well, keep moving until you find it. Or not. But if you understand that freedom is something that you look for, you seek, you build, you'll stop chasing the right country and start building the right foundation. The simplest explanation is finding puts the work on the country. Building puts the work on you. And that is actually good news, because you can't control a country's economy, its government, its cost of living next year. But you can control what you build. You can control the sequence. You can control when you move and what you move with. Now, understanding that distinction is one thing, but knowing what to do about it is another. And that's the gap I see most people stuck in. Some get it practically. They nod along. They agree that the leverage has to come first. And then they get stuck. They don't know where to start. So if you fall into this category, I want to show you 3 tools that we've built here at Relocate with Revenue specifically to bridge the gap. And I'm not going to overwhelm you with the 6-step framework, all of that at once. No, just the first 3 steps. The one for you to move from A to B. So let's get started. Step 1, the relocation toolkit. Now, who is this for? It's for the person who is still in the question phase. You're thinking about it. You're curious, but you're not sure if you're actually ready or where to start, whether any of this applies to your specific situation. The relocation toolkit is a 4-tool digital system built for exactly this scenario. At the center is the Readiness Mirror AI tool, which is really a highly developed 12-page prompt or code that you upload by click of a button into your ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, Kimi AI, whichever one you choose to use. It then walks you through a set of questions designed to show you where you actually are in the 4 key areas of relocating correctly: your income stability, your relocation readiness, your business structure, and your insurance reality. Not where you think you are, where you actually are, because those 2 things are often very different. And knowing the gap between them is the first honest step towards closing it. Step 2, the digital relocation blueprint. The second tool is for the person who has already decided yes. They've answered the question yes to relocating. And this is the sequence. They just need to understand the sequence in order to get there. What comes first? What comes second? How do I build income that doesn't depend on my geography? How do I structure this financially? What do I actually need to have in place before I move? The digital relocation blueprint is a 5-module framework across 82 pages covering the income first model, the relocation readiness checklist, the business structure, and again, your health protection plan. Now, this tool also includes the Blueprint Mirror AI tool, which takes everything in the framework and helps you to apply to your specific numbers, your specific situation, and your specific destination. This is not a book that you read once and forget about it. It's a working document, a reference that you return to at each stage of your build. Step 3, the RwR Weekend Workshop. This is the 3rd tool, and it's for the person who's already done with theory. You understand the concept, you read the framework, now you want to sit down and actually do the work, to walk away with a plan with your name on it. The RwR Weekend is a 2.5-hour workshop. You come with your unique situation and you leave with a now, next, later roadmap built around your specific numbers, your specific income, and your specific destination. Let me give you a real example of how it works. We use a run-in scenario throughout the workshop. Let's say we are looking at a person's name, Carlos, and he is a 9-to-5 office administrator, mid-30s, and he has $2,000 in savings, but he wants to relocate to Santiago, Chile. Now, Carlos, like many others, want to leave. They want to relocate, but have no clear business idea as to how to start a location-independent business. He doesn't know what comes first, what placement. He just has a desire to move and the question of how to make it work. By the end of the workshop, Carlos has a sequence plan, a leave-by date, a runway calculation, and 3 income lanes to explore in the right order. That is what RwR Weekend Workshop produces. Not inspiration, not motivation, a plan, your plan, built in real time with real feedback. So back to the original question. Are you finding freedom or are you looking to build it? If you arrived at this video still believing those are the same thing, I hope by now the distinction is a little clearer. Not as a matter of words, as a matter of approach, as a matter of what you actually do next. Because here is what I know. The people who relocate successfully don't wait to feel ready. They build readiness one layer at a time, one tool at a time, one honest assessment of where they actually stand, not where they wish they were. You don't have to choose all 3 tools today. You just have to know which stage you're in. Step 1, the relocation toolkit. Step 2, the digital relocation blueprint. And step 3, the RwR Weekend Workshop. All 3 links are in the description below. Start where you are, not where you think you should be. Because around here, we believe in something very simple. Income first, freedom always. I'm Emerald. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you don't miss any new conversations. Until next time, let's build a life that gives you more choices. Better decisions create better futures. Have a great day. Peace.
Relocate with the revenue. A channel about relocation leverage. Income independent leverage. Geo arbitrage leverage. Lifestyle leverage. Build freedom intentionally with them RwR.